All right.
Okay.
Welcome.
Thank you.
Yeah, welcome. So normally I start with let's get to know you, your name, what you do, where you are. Yeah, however you want people to know you.
My name is Yvette, and I run businesses,
Yeah.
including dried fruit business and a yoga business.
Okay.
I used to not say I used to not think of my yoga business as a business, and then I realized like I do a lot of work for it, and it's
Yeah, you
actually
do.
the only thing that makes me money.
You
So
actually
that
do.
is the yes. So I run businesses and I try and do creative things when I can,
Yeah.
basically. And I live in Accra.
Oh, fantastic. So I know you as someone who is constantly very active within these two things, yoga and the dry fruit business. Uh, my question now would be how would you say your experience as a business owner has it been in Ghana?
It has been a very mixed experience.
Yeah.
Good things and bad things and annoying things. Um, there've been lots of challenges, of course. I feel like there's like two parts to that question. There's like
Yeah.
how has it been to run a business, and then how has it been to have a business in Ghana?
Yeah.
And I think for the first part, there's like running a business is gonna have its ups and downs. And then the second part, how has it been running a business in Ghana?
Yeah.
Of course, there are like unique challenges to every place and to any place. One of the things that has really sort of come home to me, especially in these like last few weeks of like Corona madness
Yeah.
and people fleeing back home, wherever that
Yeah.
home is.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, one of the things that's been really revealed to me is how much purpose my business has given me, and because I have that purpose, it's really allowed me to endure this
Mm.
transition to Ghana to the extent that now I feel really at home here,
Okay.
even with annoying stuff.
Yeah,
But like,
definitely.
yeah, now like I have my purpose. This is where I live. This is
Yeah.
cool. And so like the business and the home stuff is like really come together. So
Okay.
it's like, yeah, there's always like annoying stuff that happens, but actually I feel like it's been good overall. But I am saying that having not worked properly for like 2 weeks.
Well, but I feel like every tough situation is like a test to where you are mentally, psychologically, physically. So what you're saying is not really out of place, you know.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah.
so how does it feel when you interact with other business owners, other industry players? Let's say for your dry fruit business, for instance, you constantly are dealing with farmers, you're constantly dealing with import, exports, like, and these industries are controlled by men, you know, sometimes even way older men who have a certain perspective, certain way of thinking. Like when they see you, like what, how do they even react to that, and how do you make sure that you do not succumb to their patriarchal ways but also do not lose the business?
Even though I am somebody who is constantly searching and redefining my sense of self,
Yeah.
I also same time have a really strong sense of self.
Yeah.
And so, when people try me, I'm like, no,
Okay.
and so, yeah, here's an example, right? So
uh,
a lot of the men I deal with are on, for example, grant committees,
okay.
or maybe there's like, I don't know, something I need to apply for, some certification. And sometimes I don't even think it's necessary. Like, let's say they haven't seen me in person, so they haven't seen the tattoos or the nose ring, just they know it's a woman or whatever. Sometimes they like try to just behave in their way. Like they're like, this is how it's done. This is what I think, so what I'm going to do. But I'm just not one of those people who can go along with that.
True.
And so I'll just be like, no, sorry. Like, actually, unless you give me a good reason for something, I'm either not going to do what you say or I'm going to ask you 5,000 questions. And, you know, they're not all my best friends. So I hope I haven't burned too many bridges, but I'm definitely someone who's like, I think it's, as long as you're being reasonable, nobody has the right to make you do what they say or be a barrier to you. So I think I just keep that in mind. I try and have my own self-check. Am I being reasonable? Or are they being reasonable?
Yeah.
You know, and also ask other people, am I being reasonable or are they being reasonable? And if I'm being reasonable and it happens to differ from what they're doing, I'm like, I'm going to go with me. So yeah, but I mean, you know, I do try and be thoughtful. And I think that's the thing. Like, I have a strong sense of self, but also genuinely be thoughtful, and I actively try and be nice. So, you know, and I think that helps too. So it's only like if you've really tried me, then Miss Nice Girl goes out the window and it's like, all right, bring it. But otherwise I'm very sweet and lovely.
Yeah, it's so dope. I remember telling you that I want to do like a bigger sit down with you, because I feel like the more we show people like ourselves within business, people like you doing like going to the farm, taking you know, moving from the farm to production to you know, packaging, to exporting, to distribution. The more people know that people like you, just like you made a reference to the nose ring and the tattoo, the more people begin to realize that things are actually changing. You know, things are not as stagnant as we think they are, you know. But obviously, it would take a very tough person to go within a system that is maybe not suited for them to gain success within that system. So I always just marvel at people who, you know, jump into this journey we call, well, obviously this is life. But one thing that I know is that you currently are on the front line, volunteering. I don't know if you want to touch on the type of volunteering you're doing right now, what it entails.
Sure. So I definitely don't want to depict myself to be this like amazing frontline fighter.
No.
So a couple of things happened. One was that I was actually inspired by Molly. For people who don't know her, Molly from Osedro, who runs the fashion label, to donate some of our imperfect foods. So like foods that we are like really tasty and completely fine, they just like change color a little bit and we can't sell them easily. So I just donated that. And then I saw that they actually needed volunteers. And I was like, well, it's not like I'm working the whole time. So yesterday was the first day I went out with them to do actual distribution. And it was really fascinating, actually, to see how much enthusiasm people have for getting out there and making sure that they're being a really proactively good part of their community. But I was like, I think there's more I can do in maybe a different way. So actually, I'm going to have a conversation with them tonight to see if I can help with like the logistics, or I don't know, something that I have the skills for, which I think is be helpful.
Which would definitely just end to a higher productivity. Yeah. So that does make sense. But what are you doing to make sure that you also are protected while being out there?
I mean, just like being very aware of the distance between myself and other people, and also, you know, using sanitizer, using gloves. Yesterday I didn't have a mask, but
Okay.
probably the next time I'll make one.
Yeah.
I mean, these things are not the best, but you know,
Yeah.
something.
Definitely.
And washing hands as well. But I think it's honestly the number one thing is just to be super aware of yourself and the other people around you. Because
Okay.
I think we just like often move through life just being kind of like blasé. But just being really careful to use the sanitizer, wash your hands, not be touching everything.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think the people who really need it did use masks, but I'm like pretty okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So this is like my last question before we go into like what we're going to touch in terms of self-care and yoga.
Mm.
Like, what have you been up to personally? Like, what can you share that you've been up to personally, whether in terms of self-discovery or a new adventure? What have you been up to?
I was just messaging my friend about this. I literally said, what's something exciting you're doing or have discovered? So we just had a conversation about this. So I'm prepped. Quite a few things, actually. You know, I was saying to my friend that I think I'm 60% introvert and 40% extrovert.
Oh, okay.
So the 60% is actually like very fine at home and discovering things. And I think like I've been on a broader, longer sense of self manifestation, both discovery, but also then the manifestation part is really important. And I've kind of been doing that at home a lot through my yoga practice.
Yeah.
And I was saying that, like, I think like many people, I kind of turned my nose up at online videos and was like, oh, whatever. But actually, I've been doing a lot of yoga videos from other people.
Yeah.
And then I did these 2 live yoga classes with teachers in London, and it was awesome. And I think most of the people who were in the group were still from London, and I was like the rep from Accra.
Yeah.
And I think that was just like exciting for everyone, that it's like, oh shit, like this is what the internet is supposed to do.
Just globalizing everything, aligning people. Yeah.
Yeah, but in like an affordable, accessible way. I mean, you have to have good internet to do it, but you know, it's better. So yeah, I've actually like, I mean, not just to use this as a segue, but actually I've been doing a lot of that. And then I'm working on a photo challenge with my friend Julianne. Yeah, so it's something we started a few months ago, and we just set ourselves a theme each week for a certain number of weeks, and then we just like have to take photos and develop a yeah, it's really fun.
Yeah, it is. Especially doing it with someone.
Yes. Especially, so we take the photos and then we do like a presentation to each other. It's pretty serious.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. And actually, we're supposed to do an exhibition. We were supposed to do an exhibition months ago, and then we just never got around to it. So now we're just adding more content. So,
well, obviously, now you have time to build a body of work. Eventually, we'll get to see what you guys have. Okay, so obviously this leads to the main focus for today. I know that you are into yoga. I know that you're into breathing. I know that you're into being very aware of your body. What would you, in terms of just people going through anxiety, fear, a level of not being balanced right now just because of everything happening around? Maybe are they moves or yoga positions that you can just share that can help bring more stability, more centering? Yeah.
Absolutely. So first of all, I would say it's really good to just start by reflecting on the kind of person you are or who you think you are, so that you know what makes sense for you.
Yeah.
I'm gonna share a couple of just like movements that people can do to help them de-stress and get into their bodies and maybe out of the like whirl of their minds. And then I'm going to share a really lovely breathing practice that requires no props, and you can do it anywhere. And I think that works for everyone. But there are also some people kind of like me who need to have a more intense movement practice. So, you know, this will work for everyone, but then I think it's a great time, of course, to like really think like, do I need to run? Do I need to do a more intense yoga practice? Do I need to do I lie down? Do I need to take naps? Like, I would say step number one is to do that self-reflection and then like act accordingly. Let me sit properly. So the first thing we're going to do just like some simple movements to get you into your body, as I said, and get you breathing properly. And then I'm going to show you a breathing technique, which is known as alternate nostril breathing, because you breathe in one nostril, breathe out the other side. So you're alternating sides. And so it's actually in yoga and in Sanskrit known as Nadi Shodhana. Nadis being the energy channels that move around your body. So you can think of like the blood network, but it's not blood, it's energy. And then Shodhana means cleansing. So you're cleansing all of these energy channels left and right, up and down, so that you feel more free. Cool?
Yeah.
Great. So let's start just by finding a comfortable position. Are you on a chair?
Yes.
That's fine. That works too. So the most important thing, whether you're seated on the floor or on a chair, is to make sure you have this lift in your body. So we're not slumping, we're just lifting up. So you can imagine maybe somebody's holding you by the base of your neck, or there's a string coming from the top of your head, and it's just lifting you forward so that we suddenly have all the space here in the front of the body. Now, people like me who are very keen and active, we tend to end up being like this, like very forward. You're rushing into life. So you want to not be too forward, but also not be too back. You want to find that you want to find that place in the center. And then once you're there, the next thing we want to think about is dropping the shoulders. Because sometimes we're like, I'm up. And you want to bring these down and lift to the top. So as I mentioned, the breathing practice we're going to do is about balancing. In yoga, a lot of balancing, up and down, left and right. So we've created all this energy upwards. We balance it by calming the energy downwards in the shoulders. And then if you're in a chair, your hands are just on your thighs. If you're sitting on the floor, your hands can be on the knees. Yeah?
Yeah.
Cool. So the number one thing I find that it helps us find rest is to just connect with the breath and hear ourselves breathing. So the first thing we're going to do is breathe in and out through the nose. So breathing in, we're going to lift the chest, and then breathe out. Breathe in through the nose. And feel your chest expanding outwards as much as upwards. And breathe out through the nose. Breathe in again. And breathe out. Let's take our arms with it this time. So breathe in and reach your arms into the air.
Okay.
If you can, look up to your palms. And then breathe out and bring your arms down beside you. On your knees or on your thighs. Really good for just recalibrating the body. Let's do it 2 more times.
I could feel that.
Breathe in. Yeah. Breathe in. Shoulders are going down. Chest is going up. And breathe out. Try and do it as slowly as you can. Almost slow motion. Perfect. Let's do it one more time. You can add a visualization as well. So imagine that you're breathing in to lift energy from the ground. You're lifting it, and then you're exhaling it to settle it into your body. So if you want, you can bring your hands forward, palms to the floor, to settle it into the body. So you can do that as many times as you need. And this also helps you just open up your chest a little bit, move your shoulders, and lengthen your neck. Good. So I'll show you one more of these seated breathing techniques and movements. So you're sitting on a chair. Yeah, okay. So if you're cross-legged, hands are on your knees.
Yeah.
If you're on the chair, your hands are on the knees or they're beside you. You're just going to kind of anchor onto something. So I'm anchoring onto my knees here.
Okay.
Yeah, and I'll turn to the side so you can see me a little bit more.
Yeah.
This time on the inhale, I'm going to really exaggerate taking my shoulders back and lifting my chest. You can even lift your neck. And then on the exhale, you're going to exaggerate leaning back. So if you're on a chair, you might need to come forward, I think.
Okay,
so
I see.
Lean back. Yeah. Inhale, roll it open, and use your whole chest to do this.
All right.
Yeah. And exhale, dropping the chin so your head and neck are relaxed. Anchor on. You inhale to lift, open the chest, and exhale. Cool. Then back to neutral. Great. So just to recap, first one was just in and out, paying attention to the breath. Second one was with the arms, gently calibrating. And then the third one is rolling the chest open and close, just kind of exaggerating that movement. Great. So finally, for the breathing technique, the Nadi Shodhana, or alternate nostril breathing, take your right hand out. Good. Now we're going to, so keep your first two fingers extended, and you're going to slightly bend your last two fingers. So your thumb and the last two fingers are full. Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
So when you're going to just gently block side to side, but it's not it's not too much pressing. It's just a gentle press there to get you to breathe through the side. Yeah, good. So to begin, we're going to take a deep breath in and then a deep breath out, and then we're going to start by blocking the right nostril. Okay. And your fingers are going to rest here on your third eye. So you're going gently side to side. This is a great one if you want to do a meditation too.
Okay.
Let's begin by just breathing in and out. Breathe in through your nose. Breathe out completely through your nose. Block your right nostril. Breathe in through the left. 4 counts. 4. We're going to hold for 4, 2, 3, 4. Now block the left nostril. Breathe in the right. Block, hold. Breathe out left. We're going to do 2 more rounds. Breathe in left. 3, 4. Hold. 3, 4. And out of the right. Breathe in right. Hold. Out of the left. Breathe in left. Hold. Breathe out right. Breathe in right. Hold. Breathe out left. Move the hand away. Breathe in both sides. And breathe out. So you can do that one 3 times, 5 times, 15 times, however many you need.
That felt good.
For me,
that felt good.
It's so good.
Yeah.
It works every time. It's so good.
Very centering.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Wow. Thank you very much, Yvette.
Yeah, of course.
I feel like that would really help anyone who has like a sudden anxiety crisis,
Yeah.
anyone who's
Yeah.
trying to just refocus, bring the focus back to self. Yeah, that was really great. Any other thing you want to share? Because
No,
because for
I
me,
think it's just like a good.
yeah, because for me, I feel like those exercises just perfectly are like easy to do. The person could be walking on the
Yeah.
street. They could be in the house. Anywhere you are, those exercises would really come in handy.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. It requires nothing.
Well, no, it requires, first of all, to get someone to say, hey, guys, you can do this. Then the discipline to even do it, to remember that you can go there. Thank you very much. I hope you're staying safe. I guess the wishes would be for us to see ourselves after this.
Yeah, let's hope so. Yeah, cool, man.
Yeah, thanks.
Okay.
Thanks, Yvette. Thank you very much. Bye.
No problem.
Yeah.
Bye.
Chat soon.
Sounds good. Okay, I'm going to leave. Do I leave?
I'm
Yes.
ending.
Okay,
I'm ending
bye.
it now. Yeah, bye.